Get up, baby, this morning. This is Elio Piedra. Another morning, another opportunity, another blessing to be grateful for. Today I am fired up already because I have an amazing guest that it is going to motivate and lift your spirit up. So I really hope that you are ready. We're going to be talking about a lot of stuff to motivate your spirit to move that greatness that you have within you. You stay right there because we're also going to be talking about production. We're going to be talking about video content, and we're going to be talking about how you can overcome your obstacles. Are you ready? Because this is coming right to you after the intro. Here we go. Get up, baby, this morning. This is Elio Piedra. Another morning means another coffee because this is Morning Coffee with Elio. This is going to be a great day. We have a fantastic guest. Welcome back to Morning Coffee with Elio. Yes, and my guest today it is Jay Carter, live from Jacksonville, Florida. Jay Carter is an entrepreneur, recording artist, and executive producer. He's the CEO and founder of Dream Dedicated, a full-service digital media marketing agency, and Dream Dedicated Weddings. It is a cinematic wedding videography business. His creative projects have generated millions of views online, including his Christmas Jingle, the Elf Shuffle, the one that was featured at the Ellen Show. Yes, that one, a nationally televised talk show. Jay is a cancer survivor that is striving to make the biggest impact he can with his second bat his life. His debut music album, This Year Is Gonna Be Different, is set to release later this year. Please put your hands together for Jay Carter. Welcome to Morning Coffee, brother.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you for having me on.
Yes, I feel honored and humble, because you are such an inspiration, and I want to talk about all of your struggles, all of your success. I want to share
Yeah,
your stories here with our Morning Coffee community to this morning. So, Jay, talk to me about the very beginning of your career, how you get involved with marketing
yes,
and all
yeah,
these things that you do.
yeah. So I'm from a small town here in St. Augustine, Florida. I went to University of Florida, studied sport management there. Predominantly, I first wanted to be a sports agent, so that was kind of like the role that I went there for. Got there, got a lot of opportunities to work with the Florida football team. I worked with the women's basketball team. Got my hands in a lot of different things there. And I ended up minoring in mass communication in the College of Journalism, and I fell in love with just the marketing aspect of it. So while I was there, I started getting a lot of experience in marketing, and then I got a couple internships that were really great that kind of led me towards that path. And while I was there, I kind of realized that I liked more of the marketing side specifically. And so while I was doing my internships, that's when I kind of started hustling on the side and started learning more about website design and online marketing and creating content. So I kind of started getting some clients while I was there. And I was doing that for about 3 to 6 months until I started getting enough clientele where I can do it on my own. And I decided to start the business in February 2018. Was the marketing agency that I started there. And ever since then, it's been growing, man. It's been a great time just learning and working with a lot of different clients and industries. And just recently, I started my second business, which is Dream Dedicated Weddings, where we do mainly wedding videography. So it's been a pleasure, man, just learning, connecting, and building my network.
That is fantastic. So I want to ask you, you are also a rapper, right? You do
Yeah,
rap, you do recording sessions. Talk to me a little bit about this.
exactly. Yeah, so that's kind of how like everything started. So predominantly, I first been making music since I was about 13 years old, but I started taking it seriously right about the time I graduated from high school into college. I started learning more, kind of producing my own music and recording my own songs. So after college, I did my first music video and I marketed it online, and it received like 30 to 40,000 views. And that's what kind of started me learning about online marketing and doing stuff like that. So music is definitely, my main goal, my main passion. I put a lot of time into it, and that's kind of how the businesses started around that, to create a business and a service that can like help with the music side. So I've had a lot of fun doing it. Like you mentioned, I did a lot of video projects that got a lot of views online. I did one with the Ellen Show. That was one of my favorites to produce. We did some stuff with Chick-fil-A that got a lot of viewership, and then we did stuff with our local St. Augustine Police Department. Kind of created a viral video for them. So the music stuff is definitely where I get all my creative stuff out.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. And you went to University of Florida, all right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Yeah.
and what degree? What was your career had anything to do with what your business right now, or was it different career?
Yeah, so like I said, I went there predominantly because I felt I wanted to be a sports agent and I studied sport management. But after talking to a couple agents, I realized that, when I minored in mass communication, I really liked the marketing side a lot more. So really what UF really taught me was the importance of networking. I had a couple mentors there that taught me just to network as much as possible. So I took a lot from there. But really the mass communication degree is what I'm using the most, but my connections in the sports industry world is still very there. Like I think I mentioned before, we've done a lot of work for the University of Florida, specifically for my college. I went to the College of Health and Human Performance. So transition wise, it has helped me in my career learning about marketing, especially the internships. Like I said, I had a great internship working with the PGA Tour at the First Tee, and then I also worked at a bit for Fanatics, which I kind of started learning more how the online marketing world works there. So it does play into fact today of what I'm still doing. Just keep kind of building on that knowledge.
That is fantastic. Actually, I would like to expand a little more on this idea that you and I we were talking about when we did the song exclusive content for our morning coffee community. That actually, if you are watching, you can find it right now. You go to Morning Coffee with Elliot, the same page that you're watching the show, and you'll see conversation with the great Jay Carter. You were mentioning something about that. It's not only who you know, but who knows you. I would like to
Exactly. Yeah.
expand on that. And what do you mean about that? And how this concept has been
Yeah.
helping you to keep growing your network and your career?
Exactly. So talking about the online marketing and like, it's not about who you know, who knows you. Social media has made it possible for you to connect almost with anyone, right? And so when we tell business owners, it's just like sometimes it really doesn't matter who has the best product or service. It matters how many people know more about you than the other guy or the other competition. So what online marketing has been able to do is allowed me to create projects, put stuff online that has helped me generate business. So perfect example, that music video that I produced has nothing to do with marketing, nothing to do with videos, generated a lot of business and connections with me there. Same with the Ellen stuff and stuff like that. So really being able to build a personal brand, especially now in 2020, is definitely the future of business development, and using online marketing is definitely the fastest and the best way to grow, online.
I want to ask you now that you mentioned the Ellen show.
Yeah.
How that happened?
Yeah, so basically, like I said early on, when I first started the business, we were primarily focused on creating content and doing, content marketing for ourselves, primarily because we were creators. But then that's how we transitioned to the business stuff. So with us, it's always being able to create ideas and do a lot of fun stuff. So me as a musician, I would make jingles and stuff like that. The first one, like I mentioned, we did for Chick-fil-A, which got us like free Chick-fil-A for the year, which is really cool. I made a jingle for them called Sundays. And then one of my friends, he was a great content creator, and he was a part of the competition that Ellen has every year. It's called 12 Days of Giveaways. So he created for them a video for them the year or 2 years prior that he actually won and got to experience. So we connected. He's like, "You make music, let's make this awesome video." And the funny part about it is, so they dropped the competition. we did the entire video in one day. So I'm pretty sure like 14 hours altogether that it took. We wrote it, we recorded the song, we filmed the video, we did the choreography all in the same day. But what happened was, for some reason, it didn't get uploaded correctly. So us being a marketing company, we were marketing the video and we actually advertised it to Burbank, California, to the executive producers and stuff like that. And, they happened to see it. So they reached out to us through Instagram and asked us to submit it. And it was really awesome, man. It was a great experience. They chose us to go there for one of the episodes. We got to fly out, sit in the Geico Skybox, which is who sponsors the entire event. And we got some free gifts out of it, too. So it was a really cool experience, man. And it was great to just be able to go to LA and connect and see how things work over there.
So if you will, if anybody asks you what are the three most important things that they can do to accomplish that dream of being at a national TV show, what are the three marketing tools that you learn from this experience?
Yeah, so definitely, for anybody that's looking to better themselves or create a brand or create content, the first thing that I would really focus on is creating your content or personal brand. It doesn't have to be, anything fancy. It just has to be about you building your own audience, and that's the secret with success now. And kind of building your brand. It's like, what kind of value can I create? What kind of entertainment can I create for my audience? And be consistent with it. So that'll probably be the first tip. Is like, be very consistent with building your brand and around a certain object, industry or whatever it is that you specialize in. The second tip that I would give is be very intentional with who you want to connect with. So for a specific example, we ran an advertisement to Burbank, California, to those executive producers, and we connected with them. The video didn't get a lot of views at first. So let's say it got 3,000 views, but 300 people were people from Burbank, California. So be very specific, with the niche or anyone that you want to connect with specifically. Social media allows you to do that. And then three, I would say, have a goal in mind. Like, what's the goal at the end? I'm going to create this video for what result? You know what I mean? I think with us, we wanted to win the competition, of course, but we just wanted to have fun creating. You know what I mean? I think with us is being able to express our creativity, and I was going to make music regardless. This just gave us an excuse to create something for that competition. But I would just do that, man. I'll definitely, always give your attention to the things that you want to accomplish. So just keep that in mind whenever you're doing anything, music, business. Just know that you're going to put the time in and have an end result in mind when you start working at it.
That is awesome. Just let's see if people, if I understand it, so people can also memorize
Yeah.
this. So the three steps. So number one, you said your brand, right?
Yeah, I'll be very consistent with your content and your brand.
Number two, you also mentioned your demographics, right?
So know who you want to connect with. Yeah. So targeting. So it's basically like, don't just create a piece of content without wanting to know who you're reaching or who you're contacting. So, like, especially with you, you have a DJ wedding business. Your target and demographic is brides, venues, people who are in your industry. So when you create content, something specific to that industry, they're going to engage a lot more.
Exactly. And number three, knowing the ultimate goal.
The ultimate goal is like, what call to action do I want from this? What result do I want from putting this together? Do I want to build my audience? Do I want some of this audience and connections to turn into business for me? Stuff like that. And if you can apply those three things to anything that you want to accomplish as far as your dreams or business or your brand, you'll be successful with applying those three things.
That is awesome, man. And let me tell you guys, you're watching this show right now, like it and share it. Make sure that you are liking and sharing, because there is a lot of people out there that need this information. And make your comment, leave your comment below. We're gonna meet you down there, Jane and myself. We're gonna answer your question. We're gonna get back to you, and we're gonna start, having all these conversations and building our relationships and helping each other to keep growing. And you have Jay over there. If you, we're talking about all the businesses. We're just starting here. So,
Yeah.
yeah, so now I want to make a transition into your wedding videography services, because I
Yes.
know Dream Creative, right?
It's Dream Dedicated.
Dream
Yeah, Dream
dedicated.
Dedicated.
Yes. So,
Yes.
so I wanna talk about that as well. How came to your mind create like a company specific for weddings and another
Yeah.
company to produce video content for everybody else? So talk to me
Yeah.
a little bit about this.
So yeah, like I said, the first company we started was all marketing, mainly because we were doing marketing for ourselves, and we did it so good that other people wanted it as well. So that's how it kind of like a marketing kind of company kind of started. The wedding stuff came by because we already were doing video production for businesses and events. So we got into event video production. We were doing conferences and stuff like that. And I got engaged, right? So what's crazy is I hired a team, my team, to film my engagement, and it was crazy. I got a police escort from the police department. I got a drone shot I proposed on top of this lighthouse, like this whole production stuff. And I was like, you know what, man, these moments are very special, and for people to be able to capture it. So then I was like, you know what, we already do video production for events. Let's dive into the weddings business. So we did it. We got started about last year. We've done about 7 weddings so far, and it's been an amazing experience just learning about that industry. Specifically because I got engaged and I'm learning about all these things. I'm planning my wedding currently, but just to be able to use the resources we had from the video production company that we started to that now industry, it just opens up the door wide open, man, to a new industry, new connections like yourself, and this whole other world. I'm having a lot of fun learning about it.
That is awesome, brother. That is awesome. And well, you also have some. I have more questions for you, but you also mentioned that you have some questions for me. Uh, you
Yes,
know,
yes, exactly,
and
yeah.
so what questions do you have for me?
Yeah, so just to give like everybody a thing. So me and Elio connected, I think last week or 2 weeks. We were trying to film this live show, and like it got corrupted and all that. So we kind of talked about a lot of stuff. And what I wanted to like bring up to your audience today is just more examples of the reason why you started the show, right? So that was very important. I remember asking that. And like, what's your intent with the show? Like, what's your main purpose with interviewing people, getting them on your morning coffee show? And what's your goal with your show right now?
Yes, that's a great question, and that's a question that good friends ask me, and I appreciate you for the question because my main reason with the show, number one, is to motivate people and to let people know that they can live their dreams and their goals, and they got what it takes. I want to share stories like yours, that stories that they can inspire people to keep fighting, to keep it with your head up if you're watching the show, and to meet. This is another tool for not only myself but my morning coffee community to network. You just mentioned being networking. It is super important. It is no. I love when you said that. It's not about who you know, but who knows you.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
right? So this is a platform that I wanna. I want to support everybody. I wanna amplify voices of all types. It's not about this thing, that thing. We support everybody here. Anybody that is, developing a cause that is going to bring value to people's life. Though that's the main reason, motivate, inspire, and support uh, communities.
That's
So,
awesome, man.
yeah, any other questions? And now let's flip the interview.
No, yeah, you're good. I think I'm trying to remember the second one I asked was more about your business, right? So we talked about you started it 6 years ago. What has been the transition? I think the one of the things that you taught me, what's the biggest thing you've learned in the last 6 years? And a lot of people who start businesses, they think they're gonna see results the first year, the first 2 years. You've been working at this for 6 years. Like, kind of talk about that, and one of the things you've learned.
Yeah, actually, it's gonna be 7 years of my business as an entertainer, being like a profitable business,
Yeah,
and like 4 years of being like kind of like very popular and in high demand. So I mean, the very beginning struggles, you have more struggles than than anything.
yeah.
You don't have money, you don't have contacts. You need to try every single thing, social media, and you are doing things wrong. But here's the thing: there is no such a thing as secret, right? The
Yeah.
secret it is do not stop. right? I
Exactly.
I always say, I remember saying this to my dad, and actually he telling me this as well when I was a little kid, that it doesn't matter if you are, let's say you want to start your podcast now, nobody's listening to your podcast, nobody's watching it. Don't stop.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter if you are somebody that wants to have your own bakery, your own store, your own jewelry. Nobody's buying. Nobody. Don't stop.
Exactly.
Here's the
Yeah.
thing: people want results. They start today. They want results tomorrow. It's not gonna happen. You need to know that it's hard. That easy is not an option. I know it can sound cheesy, whatever you want. It's been said so many times. I'm gonna repeat it again. It's not easy. It is hard, but you can do it hard. If I mean, I've been doing it. It's still in the middle of this pandemic. I've been still growing and creating and innovating and adapting myself. That's what we need to do. Adapt our businesses.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what is your business. Adapt your business to a different format, new ways. Create tools. That is, I mean, if you are telling me that you are in 1954, but we are in 2020. This is the new age where we have social media, where we have these amazing tools to connect with the world. So
Exactly.
what are you waiting for? I That's something that I have learned, that I will say, don't stop. Whatever, but you need to know your goal. For example, I always dream to have my own talk show, and this is it. And we're doing everything that we can possibly that we possibly can every single day, every single week, to bring you guests like Jay, that can inspire, that can bring value to you, that you can learn from them, you can grow. Because in life, I gotta tell you this: you that are watching, you are either growing or you are dying. Yes,
Exactly.
it's
Yeah.
that easy. There is no everything. There is no, well, I'm gonna see that, or you do or you don't. There is no, I'm gonna try. There is no such a thing as trying. All right. When I wanted to do the show, I am doing it. I am making it happen,
Exactly.
and I want to make it right for you guys, for my morning community, for my guests, for to network, so you guys can learn, can feel the fire this morning, and pay it forward and keep growing. And whatever you're doing, if you are feeling down, if you are watching from probably from your hospital bed, if you are feeling, we're about to share a very, very powerful story with you guys. You have COVID 19 and you lose your house, you feel depressed, everything is going bad. I gotta tell you, when I came here, no English, no money, no connections, no nothing. The only thing that I had was my beautiful wife supporting me with her family and dreams. We didn't even have money. My wife was working. I was working for $8 at Old Navy, something that we can talk about it because that's unfair. She was a student.
Yeah.
She was a student, part-time job. I mean, we didn't have anything, like small apartment, no connections. I'm telling you guys, whatever is your situation, you can make it happen. And I got to tell you that you got what it takes. I never, sometimes we doubt ourselves, and that's fine as long as you keep going. Don't stop.
Exactly.
That's
I
something
love that, man.
that I will say. Don't stop.
I love that, man. I think one of the things I've learned too from this journey, I've been on this entrepreneurial journey for about 2 years, over 2 years. And a lot of mentors and stuff that I learned from, it's all mental, right? So it's never about your physical environment. It's about your mental capacity. And if you can see it before somebody else does, that's going to be the journey. Because there's going to be days where you don't want to get up, like especially like I always compare it to going to the gym, right? Because no one wants to go to the gym early in the morning, 5 a.m. But it's those that do break through that gap of creating that new reality for themselves and being a better person and being consistent, that get the results. And I think that's one of the reasons, and I'm not sure if you do this as well, but I started getting a lot into meditation, man. Meditation has helped me, relax my mind, fix problems, and just get rewired. Because there's a lot of stuff that distracts you, man. COVID, all these personal life issues, and sometimes, it's really helpful to just slow down and focus on your goals and your dreams. You know what I mean?
I am very happy that you mentioned that, because one thing that is key, but this is huge for anybody, achieve anything, anything at all. It is to kill distractions, right?
Exactly.
And when I mean, what I mean by distractions, well, you just mentioned turn your TV off. I mean, every time you're watching TV or you're watching anything, unless it's something that it is working on your own on your own good. Like, let's say you wanna have some time off. You want to watch a movie that is going to inspire you. You want to watch a movie that's going to make you relax, or it's going to take you out of your pressure, your stress. That's fine. But then you start watching, CNN and this and that, and you want to get into political. I mean, you start wasting your time. And I was talking the other day in another show that time is valuable. Time is not coming back. So whatever you do with your time, that's you're gonna see the results. Whatever you do with your time, all right, you're gonna see the results. You're gonna arrive to your final destination or not. And what is your final
Exactly.
destination? If we go back to your conversation, you guys wanted to accomplish being at the Ellen show
Exactly.
after having millions of views. All right. I am sure that you, Jay, and your team, you guys had to kill so many distractions to be able to say, hey, we are here today because we did this. To be able to accomplish all those views, to be able to study your demographic, to be able to be laser focused on what it is, what you want. But that's the problem. Sometimes people don't know.
Exactly. Yeah.
Sometimes people don't know what they really want. All right.
That's the biggest question that
And
people
they
ask.
and they say no, I just want to be happy, I just want to be. No, that's too fake. You
You
can
gotta
say
be
that.
specific. I want this by this date. This is how I'm gonna do it, and this is how I'm gonna
i
feel.
I gotta tell you, brother, I was and we're gonna mention something super important as well, having a mentor, and I'll tell you why. When I was we wanted to have my beautiful baby Bella, and I that's the biggest blessing of my life. And my wife and I, we were discussing about it. We said, we want to have, we have to have a baby. Doesn't matter if it's a boy or a girl. We have to have a baby, to grow a baby, to be a good human being and all of that. But I want my baby to be secure and to have like a bright future. So we intentionally start like what all the using all these tools. So when my baby it is a teenager, her college is going to be paid off,
Exactly.
and all
Yeah.
of that. You need to have all this insurance. You need to make sure that your baby is covered, and you need to have a mentor to discuss, a life mentor to discuss all of this, and to see where are you going. Where are you? What is the direction that you want to take in your life? What is the direction that you want to take with all the resources that you have? And it is very important that to be intentional about. You also mentioned this, being intentional with who are you spending your time, who are you talking with any day, who are you talking with?
Exactly.
Are you learning? Are you growing because of this person? Or is this person draining your energy? Is this person
Exactly.
telling you, no, you don't have what it takes?
Yeah.
Are you crazy? Don't invest. This is the worst time. No, it's not. You know, there is nobody that can tell you what is the perfect time because a special announcement, there is no perfect time. There is no perfect time.
Exactly. And you
And
talk about mentors. One of the biggest things too that I've learned is like people are like, oh, where do I find my mentors? It just starts with the information and the people who already are where you want to be. So with me, I read a lot, and I started learning more about business and anything that you really want to learn. Now they have the internet, which you can search. So I have virtual mentors. I have mentors who I've never talked to in life, but their content has taught me a lot. You know what I mean? And books from people who have maybe passed away, but they still put that information. And like you said before, it's all about energy, man. It's just about where you want to put that energy, what kind of energy you want to consume, and be very, very specific with that because, like you said, what you watch on TV, that's energy. What you decide to eat is energy, and what you put your energy in is, and it's gonna come back. So if you spend, if you drink a lot of beer and you sit on the couch, you might get a belly energy or whatever it is, So
exactly.
and you're gonna get back what you put in. Either way, either way. So
Exactly, brother. And talking about energy, talking about about it's not over until I win. An amazing quote by Les Brown that I love so much. That, by the
yeah,
way, Les Brown. Tony Robbins, Jim Rohn, Grant Cardone. If you are into sales, into real estate, the Robert
All these guys
Kiyosaki.
are like virtual mentors.
All these
Yeah.
people are very successful people that they are virtual mentors that you can use. There is an amazing book that I highly recommend by Les Brown that is called "It's Not You Gotta Be Hungry," and there is another one by Les Brown's mentor Mike Williams that is called "The Road to Your Best Stuff." There is another one that I am reading right now for the second time that I love so much. It's called "The Power of Positive Thinking" by Air Nightingale. I'm sorry, Norman Vincent Peale, Dr. Norman Vincent Peale. He is the author of this book. Is the incredible book. So I'm telling you guys, go right now after the show to Amazon.com, and I hope that Amazon is gonna give me some discounts for this for the commercial. And talking about it's not over on time. We're talking about motivation. I am super inspired this morning. I want to share with our morning coffee community how does it feel to know that you won the battle against cancer, and
Oh yeah.
how is how does it feel to know that you made it and you have a second chance, and you're doing great things with that second chance. Talk to me about this
Yeah.
story. How
Yeah.
that
So
happened.
we talk about energy, man. It's an incredible thing just to look back on. I feel incredibly grateful, to just be here. But early on in my high school, I was an athlete, a very athletic, like 4 or 5 sports at a time: football, basketball. I played track. I did weightlifting, all these things. So I was always active. So I had an accident one day at basketball practice, and I got checked out. It turned out to be testicular cancer, which was scary for me because my grandfather actually died of lung cancer. So like the cancer, it already was in my kind of my gene or my family or whatever. But I was extremely blessed, man. It was a malignant tumor that was able to get removed. So I did not need chemotherapy. It was a very scary time in my life, but it didn't really hit me then. I think we shared this story last time, but I recited. There was a kid there. He was 9 years old. I think his name was Jimmy. I can't remember his name correctly, but he was there. He was 9 years old. I was about 14 years old, 15 years old when it happened, and I was there, and we were kind of talking about our dreams and stuff. He was 9 years old. He wanted to be in the NFL, but after a couple, I had my surgery. Everything was going well. I would do checkups every month. There was one month where I came back and Jimmy was gone. You know what I mean? He was going through chemotherapy and unfortunately he didn't survive. And it really hit me when I graduated high school, right? So I think I was a sophomore when it happened to me. I graduated high school and I was just bawling in tears because I took a photo of my mother and I was just like, wow, I made it. And I think that's when it really hit me. And to this day, it's impacted my entire life. Whenever I have moments where I feel like it's too hard, where I feel like life isn't fair, I got all these things going on, I just resort back to that moment where it's like, I still have an opportunity to be here. Jimmy, it didn't. And I just feel incredibly grateful. And it just gives me a whole perspective on life that, it's never too hard. I always have revert to that moment. I'm just incredibly grateful to have a second opportunity, and that's why I do all these things. You know what I mean? That's why, my biggest mission is just to create projects and leave all of it behind. My dad has this quote with music. He's like, "Never let the music die inside of you." So I'm just trying to,
Yeah, I love
you
that,
know what
brother.
I mean? I just try to sing. I just try to sing from the mountaintops, man. That's all I'm trying to do.
So, do you think? So obviously, this that situation that you had impacted your life.
Yeah,
Do
man.
you feel that impacted, that change, that actually created a new version, a better version of you?
Yeah, it's every day. It's every day. So what I learned from meditating, what I learned from business and just life in general, is you should always try to be the best version of yourself. Of course, it's always going to be those mind and those thoughts. If you can control your thoughts, always going to be that negativity from the world and all these things. What that experience has done for me is just giving me an emotional attachment to a moment in my life that I can always revert back to. So I can picture myself, I can relive it like if it was yesterday. And whenever something, like let's say I blow a tire, I just go back to that moment and I'm incredibly grateful. I have a tire that I get to change. You know what I mean? It's just a whole different perspective that I carry with me. And I remind myself every day, so I have a journal. And at top, I always write, "What are you grateful for?" My life. You know, you had cancer. So it's just like whenever something goes bad, if something's, like you said, distractions or in real life, I'm like, I'm here today. Like I have nothing to complain about.
That is beautiful, brother. That is profound. You know why? Because it is easy to complain.
Exactly. Yeah.
It is easy to sit in the couch and say, you know what, this is it, we're done. The economy is bad. We lost our house. Is that? I mean, I'm telling you, I've been to struggles. I mean, fortunately I haven't had that situation in my family or even myself, and I am grateful, and I am so happy that I have you here today and I have the opportunity to share your story and
Yes.
empower other people to tell them that you can do it, that you can fight, you can keep fighting the fight within you. There is a phrase, I want you to listen to this. And if you're watching this video, please like it and share it. Watch this. There is a phrase, a quote that I love so much that said, if there is no enemy within, the enemy outside can do us no harm. That means that whatever is happening, it's not what happened around you or to you, it's what happened within you. Because
Yes. Hmm.
it's like when somebody comes and say, "Oh, you are a bad person, or you are ugly, or you are this, or I hate you, or whatever." You are the one who decides if that is going to affect who you are or not, or it's going to affect your emotional situation right there. So that is awesome that you are sharing your story with us, and I am very happy that I have you here,
Yeah.
and I'm grateful, man, that you are doing great and you are impacting other people's life with different businesses. You are an amazing
Yes.
entrepreneur, very successful. That, by the way, I want people to also listen to your podcast. So last time when we had the exclusive conversation,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
we didn't have the opportunity to talk about it. So what is the name of your podcast and how people can find it?
Yeah, so I just started. So I just started my podcast. Everything from my social media, it's at J Carter Martin, JayCarterMartin. All my stuff is on there, and I'm actually setting up where I have my own site. So I'm building that now, so people can check it out. But if you go to jcartermartin.com, you'll see everything on there. I'm still updating it with the podcast, but yeah, I just filmed my third one, so I'm just getting started, man. It's a pleasure, just like you with your show, man. It's just an opportunity to connect with somebody, talk for an hour about life, man, and just try to give as much value as you can.
That is fantastic. All right, so before we go, Jay, I always ask this: what would you say to those young entrepreneurs, especially young entrepreneurs, that they have small businesses, they are dreaming, they have big goals, but at the
Yeah,
same time they have big doubts, and especially I know people that with this situation, with this pandemic, with this social crisis that we are in, with everything that is around the world right now, what would you say to them if they feel down? Something that can motivate them, that they can know that there is still hope.
yeah, for sure. So two things. One, it's a long game. So just start and keep going, and don't worry about the day to day. Don't worry about specifically the details. Whatever you want it is, whether a podcast, whether it's a business, whether you want to start going to the gym, whatever you want to create in this world, know that you're capable and just start. Just put the time in. That's one of the first things. And two is invest in yourself first. A lot of entrepreneurs get started and they feel like, oh, I don't know how to get started. I don't know what to do. First thing you can do is get more information. So always invest in yourself when it comes to courses, or even putting the time in and learning. The second one, with investing in yourself, is get around the right people, right? So build your network. Even if you need to pay, one of my biggest mentors told me this. He says a $20 lunch could lead to a lifetime of friendship. So, just taking someone out that you might want to connect with for lunch or for coffee or whatever it is, and always, pay for the food, $20 a lunch could equal a lifetime of friendships and relationship. And that's actually the secret. So one, long game, and two, invest in yourself, man. That's the biggest tips I can give.
Brother, that is awesome, man. You're awesome. You are awesome.
Yes. Appreciate it, man. It's a pleasure to be on here, dude.
And you are that are watching, you are awesome too, and I want you to know that, and I want you to to know that today, that every day is a great day because it's another
Yes.
opportunity. And if you don't believe me, try and miss one day, and you, hey, I'm telling you,
Yeah, man.
every every day is a blessing to be grateful for. Is another opportunity. Is another morning coffee with Elliot, baby. So we're gonna see you guys next time in another episode. But for now,
Yes.
I wanna thank you, Jay, once again. Thank you for being such an amazing, tremendous inspiration for
Yes.
for this world. Thank you for everything that you do. Thank you for for keep fighting, brother. For keep changing lives and making an impact in our community with your social media marketing and developing and helping businesses to get to the next level. So we're gonna be in the lookout for your podcast, for everything that you do. We're connected on Instagram. You can follow Jay on Instagram. He's amazing. You can ask him questions. He always gets back to you. And I just feel grateful for having the opportunity to have guests like you. And if you're watching, please once again like it and share it. Like it and share it. Share the love, share
Yes.
the positivity, share the energy. If people share videos that they don't, they are not bringing nothing positive to your life, you need to share this video right now. Let's make a difference today, and let's let's share this amazing story of Jay Carter with everybody out there. This is Morning Coffee with Elio, and it's been a tremendous pleasure and a privilege to be here with you guys. We're gonna see you next time. Thank you, Jay, and I appreciate you, brother.
Thank you, brother. Pleasure to be on, man.
Guys, thank you very much for watching Morning Coffee with Elio. Yes, we're really looking forward to seeing you Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Do not forget to like us and follow us on Facebook and become part of the Morning Coffee with Elio community. Stay tuned, stay inspired, and live full.